Hello and welcome. This character profile video is for the class Kunoichi, and what you'll see is all of our skills, the top 8 PVE and PVP skills I recommend, her skill combos, enhancements, player card, and a gameplay video. So without further ado, I give you the class Kunoichi. Here we go. And welcome to the Skills Slide. If this is your first time on my character profile videos, allow me to introduce the interface to you. On the far left are all of our skills. On the far right is all the specials that go with those skills. And then after skill is charges, that's how many times you can use the skill. Then hits is how many times the skill will hit a creature or opponent. And then damage-PVE is the highest percentage damage that the skill will do against a creature in the world, and the damage-PVP is the highest percentage damage that skill will do against another player's character. And then you have the passive at the bottom. So the first thing to tell you about is the specials section and the things that are highlighted in red. If you look at the bottom left, that just means those things don't apply in Arena. Everywhere else in the game, it does apply. And the spot where it says max 2 attacks and max 3 attacks, I honestly don't know what that means. I know what it says, but it's for you to figure out, oh, okay, that's what that means. So I highlight it to bring it to your attention. So take a moment. Oh, one more thing. The skill side on the far left, there are 3 skills that are colored purple, and that means they connect to the passive skill at the bottom. So I'll go into more detail about that when we get to the PvP slide. For now, just take a look, and when you're ready, we will go to the top 8 PvE skills that I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PVE slide. So what I've done is I've taken all the skills and I've organized it according to the column of damage-PVE, from the highest percentage all the way down to the lowest. And the first thing I wanted to bring to your attention is to check something out. Enjoying Kunoichi means that I have a homework assignment for you, and that is, if you go out there and you pick on one creature and you use Touch of Death, which is your highest single point damaging skill at 1760%, and you attack once, and you see how much damage it does to the creature, and kind of visually take note of that. Then you go and you use kill the creature, and then it respawns or it's there, and then you do the same creature and you use Rain of Steel. My question is that 5 times 450%, or all 5 hits equal 450%? If it is 5 times 450%, you're going to see Rain of Steel do so much more damage in one hit than Touch of Death. And if that is the case, then this makes complete sense that Rain of Steel and Cripple should be the skills that you pay attention to, as well as the top 3. So take a moment to look at all this. We have a big conversation on the PvP side, so when you're ready, we'll move on to it, and I will see you there. Here we go. And welcome to the PvP slide. We have a lot to cover. So first things first, I have taken all the skills and organized it according to the column of damage-PVP, from the highest percentage all the way down to the lowest, just like the previous slide at PvE. And Touch of Death still is your single point heavy hitting damage, and the same thing I said in the PvE about paying attention to Rain of Steel and Cripple, you really need to know which way that is. If it truly is 5 times 450% in the PvE side, then that's 5 times 270%, and that really should be of interest to you when it comes to doing heavy damage. Now, if you're new to PvP, the first thing that they think of is, where is the skill that I can use super armor? Anywhere. Not, I mean, you're going to get used to using your super armor, but if you go into arena and it's a skill that does super armor but not in arena, you're just going to get discouraged. So you're looking for a skill that where the super armor always occurs. And looking at your skills, that would be Rain of Steel would be one of them, and then Viper Strike would be the second one, and Suplex would be the third one. So these 3 skills offer super armor, and you would use that as a starting move to make sure that you get the protection of super armor in there. Now, the next thing is why are all the percentages so low in the PvP column? And that is more than likely a multiplier, and those numbers are actually probably higher than they should, higher than it actually shows. So don't be discouraged, just verify that and then you'll be fine. Now let's go into the passive, and it says you gain 1 seal stack by using a skill. Using Shadow Geyser, Touch of Death, or Cripple will consume seal stacks to apply effect and severe bleed effect. Now, simply put, you use the stacks, they go up to 3 stacks. So in other words, you use 3 skills and you're at your max. And there's something that occurs for the seal, and there's something that occurs for the severe bleed. So it's seal 1, 2, 3 levels, and severe bleed 1, 2, 3 levels. And looking at the skills column, the 3 that are highlighted in purple are trigger skills. So you need to build up what you want, whether it's just level 1 or level 2 or level 3, with the regular skills that are in black, like Shadow Plume, Smoke Screen, Rain of Steel. Great, I have my level 3, I'm ready to trigger it at level 3, so I use Touch of Death or Cripple or Shadow Geyser, and that's how it works. Looking over at the details, when your passive is active, PvP damage received is negative 15% for 10 seconds. Very nice. Now, to understand the seal stacks. 1 stack and severe bleed level 1 means that all skill damage is plus 10% for 5 seconds. So everything in your skills is going to get buffed by 10%. If you hold out and do 2 skills and you're at level 2 stacks and severe bleed level 2, all skill damage is now 15% higher in damage for 10 seconds instead of 5. And if you by chance have a good plan and you want to get up to level 3, so 3 skills, and now you're at 3 stacks and severe bleed level 3, all skill damage is plus 20% for 20 seconds. You can do a lot of damage in 20 seconds. So I encourage you to always go for 3 stacks, but it's up to your playstyle and what you feel comfortable with. Now, that's half of it. The other half is severe bleed. If you trigger it at level 1, it does 180 damage per second for 3 seconds, and 1% of total hit point of your total hit points is dealt as damage as well. So whatever your hit points are, 1% of that is damage plus the 180 damage per second for 3 seconds for the level 1. Now if you go to level 2, it is 240 damage per second for 3 seconds and 1.5% of total hit points that you have dealt as damage. So as you can see, the longer you hold out to get up to a level 3, the better it gets. So here's level 3. It's 300 damage per second for 3 seconds. So basically you're doing 900 points of damage, and 3% of your total hit points is dealt as damage. Pull out the calculator, look at your health and how much you have total, and was that divided by 3%, and you'll see the extra amount that is given to your opponent or creature. So this is how the passive works. It's all about planning with what level of stacks you want, and it's simply the skills. So looking at the skill list, alright, I'm fighting someone, I use Shadow Plume, I'm at level 1. Smokescreen, I'm at level 2. Shoot, I gotta do something, gotta trigger it. Touch of Death, level 2 stack, has been initiated, and the seal and the severe bleed does its thing. So it's all up to you. You could do a level 1, then a level 2, and then a level 3. Or you can just surprise yourself and just attack wild and crazy, and you know these passives are going to be going off. So it's all up to you and what you want to do. So what we're going to do is move on to the PvP combo slide, and there's something to tell you there. So I will see you there. Here we go. And welcome to the skill combo slide. So as you can see, it is very short and sweet, but let us tell you where you can see this in the game. If you are in the game and you bring up your menu and then you go to skills, which is in the right side of the screen, and then you're on your skills, or you tap the skills tab, and then you go all the way to the left and down, you'll see a little icon that looks like a magnifying glass with a circle around it. Tap on that and this screen will come up. List of skill combos. What this is Pearl Abyss is trying to give you ideas, help. If you're like, I like this character, but I don't know how to fight. I don't know what to do or what to choose. They're suggesting here that why don't you do Shadow Stitch, and the way you read this is what's in blue is what you're starting with, and then the chain to the next skill. It's very simplified here, and this is the first time I'm gonna say this, but they didn't do you any favors for this list of skill combos. I'm showing you this so that you see it and you can get an idea, but these combos really are quick and short to immobilize, not really do heavy damage, and as you can see, it mostly goes into Smokescreen. So it's Shadow Plume the Smokescreen, Rain of Steel the Smokescreen. They just love Smokescreen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a text document that I worked on to really try to give you a very good skill combo and explain why I put this skill combo together the way I did. So sorry for the crudity of the way it looks, but I want you to walk away from the skill combos section of this video saying, okay, I get it, he showed us where to find it, and thank you for taking the time to give us a real good skill combo that we can use, especially if we're a PvP person. So we're going to move on to that, and I'll see you there. Here we go. And welcome to my, what I call my 4-hit PvP combo slide. So just look at the left side. It's Rain of Steel, Suplex, Smokescreen, and Cripple. Then it repeats itself. So don't feel intimidated by this document, even though it's it could be intimidating. It's just 4 things and then 4 things again. That's what I did. But the details behind it is on the right side. So what I'm saying or suggesting is you start out your attack if you're an arena or anyone in the world with Rain of Steel. It provides super armor. It's a 3-second attack. It takes 8 seconds for the skill to cool down. And if you go into Enhancements, which is coming up next, you unlock the Rain of Steel enhancement, you have to put skill books into it. But if you reach level 2 and unlock, you reduce the cooldown to 6-second cooldown instead of 8. So Rain of Steel to start out your attack. Then Suplex. It's a grab. You go over, you grab your opponent, and you slam them on the ground. It's a 3-second attack. It takes 15 seconds to cool down. Normally that would scare someone off, but don't worry. This 4-hit combo is very, very close and will take care of you for 15 seconds. But again, if you go into your enhancements and put skill books into suplex and you unlock level 3 for it, then you'll reduce that to 13 seconds. And when you have Rain of Steel and suplex reduced for cooldown times, this 4-hit combo will get so much easier. It's like, shoo, easy to do. No worries. I've been killing people left and right. So 15 seconds. Okay, we'll come back to that. Next smoke screen. It's a 6-second stealth. So you are stealth and you can walk around for 6 seconds where you can hone in on your opponent, and you're actually doing that to stall for 6 seconds. So, and then of course, once you get a good line of sight on them, you come out of it for 6 seconds and you do the move Cripple. It activates your passive. You are level 3 for stacks on both of them, and this is a 1-second attack. So once you activate the passive, oh my gosh, if you do Rain of Steel again, which it takes 8 seconds, we already had 3 from the grab, 6 from the stealth, and 1 from the activation of the passive. That's 10 seconds, so Rain of Steel is ready for you. And you do that, it'll be all that damage and the passive damage on top of that. Rain of Steel is gonna hit so hard, you're just gonna be smiling. And then if we count it up again, 15-second cooldown for suplex when you used it the first time. So 3-second attack for suplex, 14, 13, 12, and then smoke screen takes 6 seconds, so that cuts 12 in half to 6 more seconds. And then you activate the passive, that's 5 seconds. And then Rain of Steel is 3-second attack, that's 2 seconds remaining. I think I did my math right. And if you hold out for just 2 seconds, that's like dodging or something, then you can go in with suplex and then smoke screen and then cripple and rinse and repeat. So for this 4-hit combo, you just have to hold out for that suplex again to use, and you won't have to wait very long. But if you can really focus on unlocking the cooldown to 13 seconds for suplex instead of 15, you can see how it would be a breath of fresh air for this 4-hit combo. So I want you to walk away from this saying, hey, thanks a lot for putting in the work, seeing what I can possibly do to really do a kick butt combo, and this is what I'm suggesting. So take a moment to look at this, and when you're ready, we will move on to the enhancement slide. Here we go. And welcome to the enhancement slide. So if you're new to this slide, let me go ahead and introduce the interface to you. On the left are all of her skills. On the far right are all of the branch damage connected to those skills. And then there's 4 columns in the center. The first, second, and fourth, I try to make things that happen for your character, for Kunoichi. And the third one is things that happen against the creature or opponent you're fighting. So sometimes it doesn't turn out that way, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and get some of the obvious stuff out of the way. If you go all the way down and look at Touch of Death, and where it says Flow, the super armor that's highlighted in red, that super armor does not apply in Arena. Everything else will, except that. So moving over to the right more, you'll see where it says Heal 200 HP per hit. The heal component works everywhere in the game except Path of Glory. She won't heal herself, and don't expect her to. That's what that means. And looking at the names of the skills themselves, you know that Shadow Geyser, Cripple, and Touch of Death are connected to the passive. That's why they're purple. But the red are things I want you to be aware of. and stand out. So Shadow Plume, it's an opportunity for you to unlock this enhancement and turn your forward guard into super armor. If you're not aware of what's this super armor you're talking about, I will cover what it means on the next slide, which is the player card. So for people who love PvP, this is of importance to them. Now, Kunai Throw, this I highlighted red because when you look at the skill and you see her attack, she does like 2 ninja star throws at the opponent. But when you unlock this enhancement, it looks like she gets up to 6 or 8 multiple attacks for the same damage. So that really could be the difference between winning a arena fight at range. You literally have them down, kunai throws available, 6 to 8 hits, they're down. They're trying to get to you, but you just knocked them down with 6 ninja stars. So this is the reason why I highlighted it in red, to bring it to your attention. Now, Touch of Death has a flow, and what a flow is it's another skill on top of these skills. So you have everything that Touch of Death does, and then when you unlock this flow, it does 200% damage that of Touch of Death and hit point recovery. So you're hurting them, healing yourself, and the whole dynamic of this changes. It gives you 2 seals, and there's a catch. You can only use it once, where you normally could use this skill twice. And you know about super armor, it doesn't apply in arena, but everywhere else it does, and it has knockdown on hit. So what I'm trying to get at is, when you unlock this enhancement for Touch of Death, it turns into its own combo where you use it with this enhancement unlocked, and it's level 2 ready to go. That's what I get out of it when it says 2 seals, because it's a trigger skill. So when you use it, it'll always be at level 2, which may be of great importance to you. So take a moment to look at all this, and when you're ready, we're going to move on to the player card. Here we go. And welcome to the player card. It is like a baseball card. It has all of the slides you previously saw all summed up on one screen. So if you're running short on time and you're familiar with my character profile videos and you are interested in Kunoichi, you can zip over here to the player card, get a glance at what she's got and what you like and don't like, and then come back and hear all the details about this character and see, I really like what I'm hearing, and thank you very much, let's check her out. So that's how this works. Let us tell you about the interface. At the very top are the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommend. And then to the right of that is something new. It's called Immobilization. And the way it works is, if a skill has something that will stun, knock down, freeze, etc. to your opponent or creature, then I highlighted in green that yes, it does have an immobilization, and then how many immobilizations does it have to the right of that. So as you can see, just about almost all of her skills have an immobilization component to it, and Shadow Geyser and Cripple have 2. So if you recall the 4-hit combo that I suggested, it includes Cripple as the trigger for getting level 3, and has 2 immobilizations in it. So this is where I'm getting, hey, that sounds good to me. So below that is all of her skills, and then the enhancements, and the legend for what's not applied in Path of Glory and not applied in Arena, and below that is where the definitions of forward guard and super armor are. So if you've been waiting, here it is. Forward guard, this means that incoming damage will either be 0 or heavily reduced. So if you're a player that has forward guard in their skill, you want your opponent always in front of you, or maybe to the right or the left, but in front. that means the damage that they're doing is laughable. Seriously. But if they get behind you, or to the right or left behind you, there's a shot they can do some damage to you, and your forward guard is not going to help you. So be aware of that. Now, super armor. This means that incoming damage will be reduced, and effects that immobilize you, like stun, knockdown, freeze, etc., will not happen for a duration of time. This is a common thing. Let me say it again, this is common for people who do PvP. They have super armor rotating in all of their skills, so they can't get stunned or knocked down or just immobilized in any way. So take a look at this, and when you're ready, the music is gonna change, where we go into the gameplay video and see what Kunoichi can do. So here we go. And welcome to the gameplay video. But before we get started, we need to show you where we're at. We're over here in Balanos, and we're over here at Kron Castle entrance. And we're here because their CP is that low and our CP is very high. And we like the spot. So the way this works is we're going to use this auto path. We're going to have Kunoichi fight for about 2 or 3 minutes, at which time we'll bring her back to town, and I can do my outro and say thank you. So, without further ado, I give you the class, Kunoichi. Here we go. Just about ready to head back to town. This is a good spot. Here we go. Okay, so let me take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like my videos, please subscribe, like, let people know. I am always making more videos, and I am happy to do this for you. So what we normally do is we'll put her over here, and we'll zoom in, give her a really good showcase here. That looks about right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And once again, let me just say thank you guys. Thank you very much. And we'll have her give a wave goodbye. There we go. You all have a great night. Take care. Bye now.